Good evening. Welcome to Telford Ice Rink for tonight's ice hockey action. This could be the second trophy the Telford Tigers lift, but first they've got to beat the Manchester Phoenix. They start with a 2-goal lead. Let's have a chat to Peter Szabo ahead of tonight's game. So, second potential trophy to be lifted. Looking forward to tonight's game?
I'm really looking forward, not only me, but I think, all the guys and, coaches and trainers and management, we practice whole week, to get ready for this game, and it's here, so it's a final game, so we are really looking forward to it.
Now, you've really made an impression here in Shropshire. You've gone out there, you've worked hard, you're clocking up the points. You could get over 100 tonight, depending on how it goes. How difficult is it when coaches send players out to mark you out of the game, or a couple of cheap shots to put you off? That must be frustrating.
It is frustrating, but on the same time, it's a game of hockey. You gotta take it. You gotta take it as a professional. I'm type of the guy, who like to do things professionally, off the ice and on the ice, and sometimes it's very frustrating. I don't mind. Hockey is the game, where you're supposed to get hit, and I don't mind it. But when you're feeling, that there's like cheap shots, that's the different thing, and that's. But it's hockey, and you gotta take it as a professional.
Well, good luck and enjoy tonight's game.
Thank you very much.
So we G up the teams and the supporters as the teams line up for the Telford Tigers. Peter Szabo, Nathan Salem, Jason Silverthorne are the forwards. Jonathan Weaver and Sam Zajac line up in defence. Manchester put their first line out. You've got Barkalik, and the puck drops. Manchester win it, goes back to their defensive end. Joe Miller, the forward, will pick up the puck, turn and look up ice, pass it to his fellow defenceman, who then looks to headman the puck to get it to the furthest forward player, which is Max Babray. Goes up to Scott McKenzie, gets an elbow as the defenceman comes off. Graham hits the body, his elbow was up high, so now a player goes in, and Dan Scott is having a fight with him, because as he went through, his elbow was high and hit Scott McKenzie in the face. Now if Scott ends up with concussion from this, that's a big game changer for the Phoenix. So Dan Scott basically took him on for throwing what he conceived to be a bad hit on Telford Tigers' Scott McKenzie. Scott's up and okay, skating back to the bench, but he doesn't look too happy with it. He's suffered from concussion before, so we'll wait to see Scott hits the ice. That means Dan Scott will now have a penalty for his roughing, but we'll see what the referee, Tim Pickin, gives us. So now Manchester are 5-on-4. They've got a man up. Shot and goal! So Manchester drive down the right-hand side, and that extra man opens up the space, and Manchester capitalise on that, drive the right wing and shoot and score into the left corner. This means that Telford's penalty is now washed off, and they go back to 5-on-5. So now as the game continues, the Telford Tigers return to full strength. It's 5-on-5, and Chamberlain heads it back to Berlin. Berlin gives a cross-ice pass. It's knocked forward. Andre plays it off. Manchester playing a really physical game. Kovar goes in, gives Martin Andre a big hit. Manchester go in, and Barkalik puts another goal straight in the back of the net. Now, for Tom Watkins, this is a problem, because we're now on a tied game, 2 minutes 28 seconds into the game. Now, Manchester have come out hard, and you've got to do that. You're playing catch-up from the start. So by playing a physical game and getting that power play goal, you've then got the Telford Tigers on the back foot. So now we're a tied game. So now Manchester push down the ice. Sam Zajac clears it up to Silverthorne, gets a great pass to Szabo. He's on a break, he stops, he shoots and scores! Peter Szabo just beats Stephen Fone between Stephen Fone's left shoulder and the net. The puck finds the gap and goes straight into the back. So the Telford Tigers are 2-1 down, but it puts them 1 goal up on aggregate. Jonathan Weaver, Tigers defenceman, backhands it back to Sam Zajac, headmans it to Davis. Davis gets a knock on from McKenzie, drives forward onto the back post to Babray, and Tony Hand intercepts it, delays the puck back, and the Manchester Phoenix regain possession. So the Telford Tigers in this period are 2-1 down. In aggregate, they're 4-3 up. And that's the end of the second period at the Telford Ice Rink. So quite a fast-paced, goal-filled period of ice hockey here. So, referee Pickin does indeed drop the second puck, making sure that the players line up square. Szabo wins the draw, gives it back to Nathan Salem on the left wing. He passes it back to Jonathan Weaver. Salem drives down the left wing, push the puck in front of him. Manchester try and clear it out. Jonathan Weaver now puts it forward to Szabo, dumps it in. Danny Davis skates behind the back of the net, tries to battle to free up the puck. Szabo takes quite a hit from Kovac. The puck comes up to Weaver, back post, Mabray shoots and scores for the next goal for the Telford Tigers. A brilliant pass from Jonathan Weaver, cross ice to Max Mabray, who puts it in that left side, moving the puck around to find the opportunity. Manchester a man down, so they'll return to 4-on-4. So the penalty that put them a man down has now expired because they scored on the advantage, and Joe Miller walks in, shoots, takes a deflection into the corner, and Miller looks back at the referee in disgust, indicating, and he runs against the defenseman Graham because he felt hard done by, and now he's going to get a penalty for that because there's no doubt. And now Graham goes in, tries to cross-check Miller. They're fencing and pushing each other against the boards. Neither of them have let go of their stick. And Martin Andre comes in to defuse the situation and get between Graham and Miller. Now that all started on Miller's opportunity to score. He went down on the net. Graham either cheap shotted him. Miller was really disgruntled with that, so came through. And now Graham's thrown a punch on Scott McKenzie, and there's no way Miller will stand for that. So now there's brawling just in front of the bench. Miller really frustrated, wanting the guy to let go of him and throwing a couple of jabs as he does it. So that started on the scoring opportunity. Miller chirps at the referee saying, why didn't you call it? Then Miller hits the Manchester player, Graham, right in front of the bench. And then when the puck goes down into the corner, it's now payback time. Salem makes the shot, Phone makes the save on the leg pad. Salem tries again for the wraparound. Phone reads it well, gets across, and that netminder has to be so fit going down into the splits, bouncing up and down, getting up in less than a second, and then it was Peter Szabo that gets in the pass as it comes out from either Silverthorne. As he pushes through, he waits for Phone to go down to the right side, picks a corner and fires it home for the next goal for the Telford Tigers, putting them 3-2 up. So now Hearn drives down the left side. Scott holds him, turns him and puts him down on the ice as Davis puts it through on the backhand. It goes into the corner for Marcus Maynard. Pushes forward. Maynard passes back to his defenseman. By sending it back to Dan Scott, it buys some time. He passes to Novak. Novak hits the halfway line, drives in, shoots and scores on the left-hand side. That was an amazing goal from Blaho Novak. He picks the puck up, he drives the left side, and as he leans with his body weight, puts the puck onto the opposite side and finds the top left-hand corner for goal number 4 for the Telford Tigers, putting them 2 goals up on tonight's game alone. Now there's a battle at the back of the net. They're pushing and striving to get possession. Manchester holding it against the boards, but they can't seem to get in that danger area. The Manchester player clutching and grabbing at Rick Plant, holding him round the chin and trying to pull him back and turn him away from the puck. But at the end of the second period, the Telford Tigers are 4-2 up as we go into the break. Rick Plant skates over to the referee and says, look, he's holding my face, he's spinning me off the play, and you're calling nothing. The referee's like, it's playoff hockey, get on with it. The shots on goal now sit that Thomas Murdy took 6 shots in that period and Stephen Phone took 13, which is pretty comparative to what we're seeing on the ice in front of us as the third period starts and the puck drops and the Telford Tigers win it. Round the boards on the backhand. Watkins picks up the puck. Just has a look around. Archer. Chamberlain drives down that left side, goes behind the net, leans across, switches sides. Zajac kicks the puck. Pushes forward, gets it through to McKenzie. Scott McKenzie now drives up with Novak. Novak really close on the line, gives it to Plant. Plant to Novak, shoots and scores! A great play from McKenzie to Plant to Novak. He just picks his spot, leans over onto the left side and puts the puck home in the top shelf, right into the top left-hand side for the 5th goal for the Telford Tigers. Telford on the final break. Novak puts it on the back post to Miller, puts it on the backhand. Phone makes the save, the rebound drops down. It's Berlin that passes it forward. Novak comes out to neutral ice. Miller throws the puck on target, goes across the front of the net, deep down into the corner. And the Telford Tigers fans on their feet, singing and cheering. the Tigers players dancing on the bench with their arms in the air almost more enthusiastically than the fans as the final 5 seconds tick by. Marcus Maynard takes the puck around the back of the net. The referee says, right, the game's over, and sticks and skates get thrown into the air, and Manchester hang their heads as they skate back to tap their netminder on the pads. And the Telford Tigers are jumping up in the air. They're all over as they jump up all around the net. The net's ended up back at the net, and they're bouncing and having loads of fun. Join us back here in around 5 to 10 minutes time when the British Challenge Cup will be presented to its winner, the Telford Tigers. We'll take a couple of tunes and we'll be back with you in time for the cup to be lifted right here at Telford Ice Rink. Jason Silverthorne lifts the British Challenge Cup aloft his head at the Telford Ice Rink at Centre Ice as the Telford Tigers pick up their second cup of the year.
It's one of those ones where you feel like you have to just sort of see it to believe it, because we won it.
I mean, straight off the block, they came out and cancelled out those 2 goals, and we thought, here we are, game on.
Well, it was great in that sense, because to me it really made me go, yeah, game on now, it's a real fight. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, I thought the first and second periods were awesome. But it is a relief, I gotta say, really is, because I'm excited. This was the Challenge Cup, it's the first one in years, televised, people all over the world watching it. It's been brilliant.
And all that remains now is the third one, the playoffs.
I know, right? Now it's another big one. I mean, that's the thing, is they're all big ones for us. And again, it's a season of firsts for the Tigers, and I think that's the most exciting part about it, is that it is a season of firsts.
Scott McKenzie, trophy number 2,
yeah,
sir.
Unbelievable. What a great feeling, especially to do it with this bunch of lads. It just feels absolutely great, so I'm so delighted.
So a couple of weeks ago you'd never picked up a trophy, now you've got 2.
No, I'm getting used to it now, so I kind of know how to lift it now, so it's a great feeling, and I'm dead proud, yeah.
Scotty, well done. We'll let you enjoy the celebrations, but not too much. You've got a game on Sunday.
No, thanks very much. We've got practice tomorrow as well, so
indeed.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, mate.
Scott McKenzie, well done. And now we're getting sprayed with champagne as the Telford Tigers celebrate the game. As I'm literally bathed in a bottle of bubbly at Centre Ice as the Telford Tigers skate round the ice with the British Challenge Cup. So congratulations, Nathan. A good tough game. I thought Manchester came out pretty quick.
Yeah, I know it was going to be a tough game in the first 5 minutes and we went 2-0 down, but obviously we regrouped, got back together and won the game, so it was good.
Congratulations, enjoy your celebrations. We'll just catch the coach, Tom Watkins. So the job's been done then. You've lifted the British Challenge Cup, trophy number 2.
Yeah, great character. I thought we battled really hard and we put in a big effort. 2-0 down. Well, it wasn't obviously the way we wanted to start the game.
What did you say to the guys at the end of that first period?
I think we just said the same things that we said before the game. We know we've got a talented room in there. We know we got character. We know we got experience, and just keep going. I thought we dominated the first period. I think we put out 80% possession, 23 shots to I think 7 or 8. So we were playing well enough. We got a couple of bad breaks and a bad start, but there was a little bit of nerves. But I was really pleased with the effort and the way that we bounced back from there.
And in fairness, that made a great game of it for the fans, because it could have easily, if you'd have gone a couple of goals up early on, killed it too.
I spoke to the boys about us getting that first goal urgency or winning the first period. Unfortunately, we didn't do both, but yeah, I think it made a great game for it. Great crowd, great atmosphere, and I thought Manchester battled really hard tonight. To come out of that and keep us there. Stephen Foam was exceptional.
Yeah, he came up with some amazing saves as ever, and Manchester didn't give up, in fairness.
No, they're a quality team. They've got some talented players, and even through the third there, where they load up their line with Tony, Bakalik, and Kovar, they're hard to play against. But I was pleased with our performance as a whole. It was a great victory. Doing it at home in front of the fans again, it's fantastic.
So, Jason, there we go. Cup number 2 must feel great.
Yeah, I mean, it's another thing that we've been building towards this year. I mean, it's worked out quite well for us with the league being won a couple weeks ago, and now this, and then the playoffs in a couple weeks. So it's kind of worked out well for us. Guys are healthy and getting back together, so it's a big accomplishment.
And you've been able to spread that out.
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, the way we've done it has been really impressive. So it's been good to have the distance between each of them and be able to refresh mentally every time.
And it doesn't stop there, of course, because you've got a game on Sunday, you've got training tomorrow, and of course then the playoffs at the end of next weekend.
I mean, we enjoy it tonight, and then we build towards the playoffs now. It's 2 weeks until the playoffs, and those are huge. So we got to be ready for it.
Jason, thank you very much. Enjoy the celebrations. Telford Tigers captain Jason Silverthorne, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for enjoying the Tigers' success. And don't forget, we'll be back to the regular season on Sunday when the Telford Tigers will take on the Guildford Flames right here at Telford Ice Rink with a 5:30 face-off.